This right here is a Esab Handyarc welder. As you can see, it's a very small portable welding machine, but how much can you really do with these small welding machines? Let me show you what it comes with. We're gonna put it to the test. We're gonna go ahead and weld a plate. We're gonna simulate doing a welding test, and let's see how many welding rods you can actually burn with this small welding machine. This is the box that it comes with. I did get it out before the video because I wanted to introduce it, but it comes packaged. Each corner will have your foam, and as you can see, the main component is your welder right here. Now I want you to pay attention to the bottom. On the bottom side, you can actually read the duty cycles on this welding machine. This right here is a duty cycle for the welding machine. Now you are going to get the most bang for your buck at 240 volts, but with your regular outlet, if you plug it in, it's got your 20%, 60%, and 100% duty cycle. Now at 100% duty cycle, this means that the machine could continuously go, if you plug it in, at 32 amps. Now that's not a lot of bang for your buck. That doesn't mean you can't turn it up. It just means you're gonna have a shorter time. At 41 amps, 60%, and at 20%, you got 70 amps. Now you can still do a lot of small projects if you plug it in to your standard 110 outlet, but you're going to be limited because of the power. If you jump down here to the 240 volts, which is your bigger plug-in, which is this one right here, you will be able to go 100% duty cycle at 62 amps. So if you keep it at 62 amps, you could weld with it all day, no problems whatsoever. 80 amps, 60%, and 160 amps at 15%. This is significantly high for this small welding machine. That means it'll burn 1/8 of an inch rod, but you're gonna be limited again the amount of time you can be welding. All right, so the Handyarc comes with your standard 240 or 220 plug-in, as you wanna call it. It does have an adapter as well that comes with it, which is, you know, great value. As you can see, you plug it in here, and you would plug it into your standard wall outlet. Again, you will be limited, and of course, you're gonna have your amperage holder right here. I'm sorry, electrode holder, and then you're also gonna have a small ground. You have your instruction manual or things of that nature. Oh, it also does come with a strap that you can add it on if you want to carry it on your shoulder. Let's put this Esab Handyarc to the test using this 3/4 inch plate. Now, this is a bit excessive, but I want to see how much I can actually weld using this small welding machine. How much can it handle? How much am I going to be able to get done using these two plates right here? So the setup is pretty simple. I have it plugged in to the big plug right there, and then after that, all you have to do is connect your negative, which is this one right here. It's kind of short, but it still works for this small portable welding machine. And then you connect your positive, which it looks like to be about maybe 5 foot or so, and it's got your power button in the back. All we got to do is turn it on. Right now the machine, as you can see, is on already by that green button. I can hear the noise already. First things first, if you can see, it's got 120 and 240. The 240 is the one that I plugged it into. It's giving you suggestions of where you should be at depending on the rod size. As you can see, 1/8 of an inch needs to be at the big plug-in. On the small plug-in 332, it's suggesting that you stay within that range right here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put it right there, and I'm gonna burn that first rod, and I'll see how it burns. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and burn this first rod and see what my first impression is with it. Wow, it feels a little bit hot right there, to be honest with you. You can hear all that spatter going everywhere. So it is pretty hot right there. This is a 332 inch welding rod. It feels like it's probably around 100 amps or so. I'm gonna turn it down. This right here was what I burned right now. It starts off, it started heating up more, spreading out. It's pretty consistent, as you can see. Weld looks pretty good overall, but I felt that it was too hot. Also, this is 1/4 inch plate, so we're gonna go ahead and tack the coupons and see what it does there. But as of now, I think that on my temperature side, I think that I'm gonna go ahead and turn it down about right there, which I'm estimating to be maybe a little over 5 amps. All right, so I went ahead and tacked the plate on here on my table. Just went ahead and tacked that right there. I put this so I could lean. And I'm gonna be running all these passes to see how much we can weld with this little Esab Handyarc welder. What are your expectations? We're about to find out. So far, really smooth. I like to turn the machine down a little bit. It's able to receive all this heat because the plate is 3/4 of an inch thick. But I'm gonna stop, we'll brush it off and look at it. Maybe you can't tell very good, but the rod is cherry red. As with any welding machine, you expect that on 332-inch rod. It burned the rod really good. I didn't have any problems other than maybe I thought that it should be a little bit colder. I'm gonna brush it off. I went almost half the way with one rod. All right, as you can see, I almost went halfway in there. I do feel that it's a little bit hot. So I'm gonna turn it down and we'll continue going all the way up. So I stopped because the welding rod got extremely hot. I'm gonna switch welding rods and continue finishing this spot right here. My thoughts after this first pass right here is I didn't have any problems. Everything burned really good. For the small welding machine that it is, I mean, I didn't feel any difference from welding with a Miller, with a Lincoln. Everything's going good so far. And as of now, of course, I'm taking breaks in between having this conversation, recording what I'm doing, but the machine's still doing fine. I'm gonna continue going to see how much more we can push it, to see how far we can finish on this 3/4 inch plate test. I'm trying to hurry up as much as I can so we can see how much we can actually do. But as of now, the machine still burns the same. I haven't had any issues as far as feeling like the amps are coming down or it's not doing or welding the way it should be. Everything looks pretty clear right now. I love it. This right here is the second pass. So far, everything's going smooth. I haven't had any issues. We're gonna continue going. We're about, maybe, I'd say about less than 1/4 inch, 3/16 inch deep on this 3/4 inch plate. The machine's still going. Let's continue going. I'm gonna add one pass on the side right here and then another one right there, and we'll go ahead and film it. I'm keeping all the rods that I've used so far so we can count them at the end, and we'll see how much we can get away with, how many rods we can actually burn. This right here is the third pass. Everything's looking pretty good. No problems whatsoever. We're gonna continue going. And I had a little bit of trouble burning that last rod. Well, starting on that last rod. I don't know if it's because the machine's already getting overheated or what it was. It still burned, you know, about half of the welding rod, and I had to change welding rod. So I'm gonna burn this one to see if it's making any changes or it's gonna stop welding altogether. Well, let's find out. Slight pause, but it could have been that I backed out too much maybe. As of now, it don't look like the machine is struggling. Everything's being welded fine. No issues whatsoever. And we're actually adding metal on here. I'm weaving it in there. I'm weaving it in there. So we're carrying a little bit of metal. Now keep in mind, this is a small welding machine designed for small jobs, but so far I would say this being 3/4 of an inch plate, this being 70/18 3/32 rods, bro, no issues whatsoever. It's still going strong, still burning welding rod. Starting this welding rod right here, I did have a momentary pause when I started, but then again I struck again and the machine turned on again and it kept welding. I don't know, again, because I'm using very old welding rod, it could be it. If the machine was gonna turn off, I think it would have turned off already, but it's still going. Pretty advanced on this coupon already and it's still going. So let's continue going. If I was gonna have this plate completely filled out, I have not stopped welding with it. I haven't changed the temperature at all. It's been set the same way since I started. but the machine overall is still going. It's a 3/4 inch plate. Actually ran out of 3/32 inch rods, and I've switched over to 1/8. That was my first rod that I burned. I cranked up the machine a little bit. Let me go ahead and burn this pass. I have 2 more rods. Hopefully I can kind of get almost all of it, and then we'll look at the end. I was able to get more 3/32 inch rod, so we're gonna continue here. So I was able to fill it up all right there. I'm gonna turn it down for the cap. I'm gonna clean it up, I'm gonna cap it, and then I'm gonna show you. The machine is still going strong. I just finished this weld right now. I'm about to clean it right now so you guys can see it. I know the social media quality control are eager to see how it looks, but the subject matter is not this weld, but what that little machine is doing. We were able to finish. This is 3/4 inch plate, man. 3/4 inch plate, 3/32. I did not use 1/8 of an inch except for like 2 rods because I had ran out. I got some more, but I am highly impressed that this little machine was able to finish all of this plate. Let me clean it up. So here's the finished product. Yes, it needs some improvement. Yes, I'm not the best. Yes, you're better than me. I understand. The point of the video is not to show off my welding skills. I'm a little bit rusty on 7018. I haven't welded uphill in a long ass time, but that's another subject. We were still able to finish this plate. I'm gonna take it off and I'm gonna show you. All right, I took it off the stand right there. As you can see, my final thoughts on this Esab Handyarc welder. As you could see, I was able to finish 3/4 of an inch plate. I used 332 7018 inch rods. I would say I was probably around 85 to 90 amps. There's no digital control right here. I did burn 3 1/8 of an inch rods, and I did take about a 20-minute break because my daughter needed something and I had to turn everything off, but I came back and I finished it. The machine, I will say that if you're trying to learn how to stick weld, it can get you out of a bind, but you're gonna have to use this big plug, not the 110 outlet, the regular one. That is gonna be just for minor things, get you out of a bind. It will burn 3/32 inch rods very short. I haven't tested it, but I wanted to test this out on the main big plug. For those of you guys that are interested in maybe learning this Esab welding machine, I do have it on my website, rod-shield.com. We have them there for $220. I highly recommend it. I wanted to test it out. There's a lot of brands that you can buy maybe a $100 machine, but you're buying, you know, like a Yes Welder or those other brands of welders that are out there, which if you want to use that, that's fine. This is backed up by Esab. Great technology, great manufacturing, great warranty. Anything that you need. If you have additional questions, drop them in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about it. If you want to see more videos on this Esab, we'll continue doing some more. You can actually take off this little welding machine. I will show you how to do it on another video. Again, Esab Handyarc welder available. Let me know what your thoughts are, and like always, thank you for watching.